All right.
First and foremost, Senator, I need to know why you left out parts of the story last night.
If I left out anything, it was unintentional.
Like the
I
part
was
where
trying to.
Brian Knight pulled a gun and threatened to murder the officer if they said anything.
Did he actually do that?
Yeah, apparently you were standing right there.
I don't remember that.
As in, you actually don't
It's
remember that, or you conveniently don't
yeah,
remember that?
no, I actually don't remember that.
I feel like you would remember that. I feel like it's a pretty intense thing to happen that you would remember.
I honestly don't remember that. Don't get me wrong. I thought about killing somebody, but it wasn't her. It wasn't the officer.
The officer's a he.
Yeah, I thought about killing the press.
Why?
If I had to wrap up loose ends.
That's crazy, Senator, because last night you told me that no one else witnessed it other than this officer and the EMS. That was part of it.
No. This was separate. This was separate.
So you're telling me that when the footage that they tweeted out that they're going to post relatively soon is not at all in any way going to contain this situation with the EMS?
No, I think it's gonna contain them recovering the body, not the actual like details of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. So last night it's a good thing Los Santos doesn't follow the Geneva Convention, crime, because there was some war crimes that happened last night.
You sound very happy about that, Senator.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, go on.
Well, the first one was the enemy shooting at the medics and going out of their way to kill the medics. And then the second one was myself. Asked for a volunteer from the medics, gave her a bomb, and had her go down to where the enemy was on the guys she was going to treat their injured and give them food to plant a bomb.
Okay. Was that it?
For the war crimes, I think so. I had a lot of different thoughts, but they were just thoughts ultimately.
What do you mean, is that it?
Well, I'm just expecting more at this point.
Oh, like you don't see a problem with that?
I mean, I do. I do and I don't.
What?
Different kinds of problems. It's not really a legal problem. Because Jaeger's the one to choose to have an island that has no laws.
Yeah, I agree there's no legal problem, especially since it's handed down by the senator who is all-powerful, god-like entity.
I guess what I'm trying to figure out is how bad of a PR problem we have.
Yeah, well, Terrence Walker is a Karen, and he will not stop on Twitter.
Yeah, I already told him I'd go talk to him today, see what the fuck he's ranting about.
What do you mean a PR problem?
Well, it is a PR problem.
It's not a PR problem. The actions of the people involved is the problem. And if they're being put out there, yeah, they're going to be manipulated and twisted. But if those actions hadn't been taken in the first place, there would be no PR to be had.
Well, don't get me wrong.
But hold on. Understandably, you got to look at it from my point of view. I'm dealing with things I can control, right? Miss Jones, can I arrest the senator?
No, I just want someone else to be mad about this.
Can I legally charge him with anything?
No, because he's the fucking senator.
Can I remove him from his position?
No, but I'm not talking about the senator. I'm talking about fucking Brian fucking Knight.
What did Brian do?
Threatened to murder an officer if they leaked what happened with the EMS. Him not even questioning. the senator's choice in that is crazy to me. Obviously not illegal, but insane that you are not questioning anything that pertains to potentially and did result in the lives of the civilians that you took an oath to protect is crazy in and of itself. But threatening to kill an officer if they decided to say anything about it is also not really that fucking okay.
Follow-up question. Have you met Brian Knight before?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Just checking.
Does that make it okay? Even if it's a consistent Brian thing to do, if anything, that makes it worse.
No, I'm just explaining to you why I'm not, emotionally
Incensed?
outraged.
Well, I
Yeah.
am.
Okay, so... Oh, now Grayson's calling me. Hello.
Oh shit, I'm not supposed to laugh on
I've had
stream.
better
You guys
days.
supposed to decide that this is out of character. My bad. You're not supposed to know I'm having fun. That's my bad. That's my bad. My bad. My bad.
Fair bet. I heard that you told DOC you're Kyle Pred's lawyer.
What the hell?
DOC. They said that's how you got in a room with Kyle Pred.
Listen, chat. I'm just saying, if nobody's on Andy's like stance on things in this story, it all just kind of dies in the water, and it's like, that happened. Oh well. It's more fun when there's two opposing sides attempting to navigate it all.
Hey, Clarkson. You didn't do what I asked. I had to RPG you. You didn't surrender.
Yeah, I get you, but you have to realize you're dealing with people who are
You were not
similar, and
about
when
to
you say
surrender.
things like "we," they might infer that you are acting in concert.
You're not getting out.
Well, you just said "we" to me.
Well, how did you get done dirty?
No, I'm saying you just recounted to me the conversation, and your exact words were, Percy said, "I'd like to speak to Kyle Pred," and Bowman said, "Do you want a room to do it?" And I said, "Yeah, we'll take a room."
What the fuck? Is there any member of High Command you trust? I'll reach out to Tessa for you, and I'll ask to see if she will see a meeting with you. All right?
Though I do agree, out of character, with the in-character sentiments, that nothing will come of it. But Andy's still gonna try. Yeah, Clarkson's called Andy. He's called now 2 people that she's been with today.
Trust me, I'm aware.
Yeah, I get it, but you just said the same thing to me. You said "we" again.
It doesn't mean he's not upset about it.
You just said "we" again.
Crane
Son of a
stays
bitch.
within the parameters
Listen to yourself
of
speak.
I'm gonna worry
just
about
said,
things I can
"I was
actually do
there, I
something
said to
about."
Bowman,
He's not gonna
"I'd
waste
like
his
to
time
speak
worrying
with
about
Fred."
things he can do nothing about,
And then we spoke.
which is a completely fair perspective to have.
No, I'm not. I'm inferring that Bowman inferred that. I'm informing you that you need to be very clear with these people because they're not very smart. Okay. So what all happened? What'd you learn?
Hey, I'm in a meeting, but I'll call you right after.
Okay, bye.
Alright, bye-bye. Nothing can change if nobody tries. Yeah, that's where Andy's standing. Is like, I'm gonna at least try, and even if I fail, at least I fucking tried. But it's better than people just giving up and not trying at all. Because people not trying for stuff in RP just means that stuff doesn't get spicier, and good RP is eons of RP ruined and missed out on. In my personal opinion.
Who is the person that confirmed you that happened? No, I'm saying who's the person who told you it happened? Okay, well.
Would Andy ever consider resigning as mayor in protest? Yeah, after she gets done what she wants to get done, yeah, she would. And not even in protest, but just out of, like, sheer disgust. And it would be very much her resigning herself to a knowledge that
Ursula.
it is true that literally
Yeah,
nothing
the one
will
I
ever
told
change.
that she shouldn't be going there because it's not our jurisdiction.
Andy's always had a mindset of, like, if something can be done, I can find a way to do it. And if she gets hit with such a wall that, like, shit like that is allowed to slide with absolutely no repercussion, then
Okay.
she is just gonna fucking...
Wait, they shot any
She's
of that?
already on her last hope for helping change the city for the better, and if stuff like this is just let happen, she'll just have absolutely no hope anymore, and there's no trying anymore. That's a long way to say no. That was a long way to say yes. What? Huh? You took the exact opposite thing away from that. Powers does mayor have? So here's the thing. People focus on what the literal powers are that a mayor has, and it's like, she doesn't have the power to fire Brian. Yeah, but she has the power to try and influence the people who do have that power.
I'm gonna do some investigating. I'll get back to you. Yeah, all right. Bye. Okay, Grayson says he went to the prison. He did not at any time claim to be an attorney or working for Kyle Pred. He claimed that he walked up to the warden, said he'd like to speak to Pred. The warden allowed it. He was with Percy Weaver. Percy claimed that Percy had info for the judge. There's some claim that Norman Adams was flying planes
that's the
for
whole
the military.
chess game that's being played out.
Apparently, the only people that told Grayson this were Percy Weaver and Kyle Pred. So the only person that can confirm that for 100% is the person who apparently was running the planes, which is Stubble, who's in ICU. Adams, I guess, has said he didn't do that. Grayson says that Pred and them said something about there was a negotiation with EMS for food. They shot the EMS because EMS had been shooting at them. When they dragged the body and searched it, there was no food and only a body. And that's what I heard.
Okay. So, Crane, how do you feel about the EMS bomb plan, Crane?
I don't think I would trust an EMS to tie my shoes, let alone carry a bomb. But, you know, overall, I just think it probably was I mean, I don't know. You're asking me to, you know, I spent the weekend and better part of yesterday watching MASH reruns. I ain't really trying to backseat quarterback a war operation, but probably not a great call, you know, on the balance of everything. But I also understand some things have to be done. I don't know.
Do you think it's like better or worse than pumping up a cop full of heroin and sending them into a bunker with a flamethrower to burn everybody alive?
At least that guy signed up.
Probably worse.
Okay, what about pouring gasoline all over the enemy's exits and just lighting them on fire?
That would have been the best, and you're not risking a cop
That's
or
probably
an
the
EMS.
most preferable.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Is this your personal war force matrix? What is this? Were these
Oh,
the
no,
other options laid out there?
These are the other options I threw out, yeah.
And you chose the worst one possible because why?
That was the first one, the first idea I had. The other ideas came after that one, you know. Didn't work.
I'm facepalming.
Yeah, I don't know. I tell you what, I've already put a hold on all the bank subpoenas and everything. Because until I figure out what our fucking exposure is on what went down over there, I'm not pushing anything forward until I start figuring out where the hell we stand. Because at the end of the day, we still got to deal with the public on shit. And, you know, it ain't like they're going to forget too quickly. Hell, Shelly Smith won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, her and TJ Walker tweet about it just as much.
Yeah, at least, but Shelly Smith is just co-opting someone else's tragedy to try to, you know, vent about her own problems. But, you know, Walker's usually, as you said, somewhat of a Karen.
Hey,
he's
Chad,
not
take a second to
always
say,
wrong,
am I
so
overinvested? And then
I
decide
guess
if
I'm
you're
just
going
a
to
little
type anything or
concerned
not.
about
Just do me that solid.
how we move forward in good faith here.
My thought process was, I'm gonna be honest, this is the second war I've had to go and fight on the fucking front lines for in my tenure. So moving forward, my thought process was I was considering stepping down, retiring. Plus, the PR would probably, be better.
You're not wrong. That might help some shit. At the very least,
This is the only reason Andy didn't shoot him last night.
whenever anyone resigns, everyone assumes they were just forced out anyway. So whether that's the case
one
or
of the
not,
reasons.
it'll probably play that way for us.
I figured on my way out, if possible, just get rid of the Senate legislation as well.
Yeah, there's probably a bunch of shit we got to take a look at, but
Yeah.
the overarching authority to do anything probably should be looked at. I agree. That was put in at a time that, I mean, you kind of remember it. And, at that time, it was like,
I remember it.
I kind of thought the extent of it was going to be like, telling Kyle Pred to shut the fuck up and maybe a senator carrying around a Glock 18C or something. I
didn't know. Senator Barossi driving a tank through the barrio, declaring war on the Vagos was.
No, Andy's not going to
I
use the
think we
eternal
kind of
light. Hell
jumped the
no.
shark at some point. So
No, I could see that. So my thought process is step down, retire. Probably need about 35 days from today. Wrap up everything. Help with the panels. Help you help create some legislation, whatnot. A system to replace
Andy's
it.
not
And
going
step
into
down
power.
and abolish the Senate. Will be my thought process. I think Crane, you personally, would be my pick to oversee just the entire entity of City Hall, or all the branches of government, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I just I want to make sure that we're doing something that's going to be balanced for everybody.
King Crane.
Like in terms of competing interests, I think unfortunately, whether it happens to dovetail with like the most righteous action at the time, having one person or like a senator have that absolute power probably is not good for everybody, because it yields these like outcomes that are there's no counterbalancing it, if you get what I mean.
There are no checks and
Well,
balances.
there's no tempering it. Like, for example, I'll give you a good example. The Aegis legislation, right?
Yup.
It's like in a system of
Oh my
legislative
God,
government,
Penguin.
there should be some
Jesus.
like check and balances and edits and things.
What is wrong with you?
And whether it's
Chill.
a Glock 18C,
Chill.
a tank, a piece of legislation, a war, whatever, I think there probably should be dissenting opinions. So
Yeah, and I think anything that any legislation that needs to be touched up on, and any full-on system that we could create, whether it's to benefit the mayor's office moving forward, because I know Mayor Jones had concerns with the mayor's office, and you and Mayor Jones, from what I understood, have had conversations about that, as well as just things that will benefit the judges and the justices. And
He's referencing the budget stuff Crane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then things that just assist in the replaces it all. Because, like I said, I'm thinking about retiring, and I think maybe in 2024, come November, I think I might run for president
Oh, all right.
of the
Well,
United States.
hey, shit, you know, GW got 2 terms and he did a couple war crimes, so why not?
Hated
Shit, we
everything about that
firebombed Tokyo.
sentence.
We got
Okay, all right.
a country history of doing war crimes.
I think I think I have two people in mind for vice president. I'm either Donald Trump or Leonardo DiCaprio. I haven't figured out which.
That is a close contest there.
Yeah, those
Leaning
are
towards
clearly
DiCaprio.
two. Yeah, you have dinner with him. Jesus
Hey,
fucking Christ.
DiCaprio had sex with was it Jake Paul's girlfriend? You believe that?
Jake
Or
Paul.
is it his wife? I don't know. I read it on some social media thing. I've been trying to get hip with the kids, reading the twatter.
Okay.
Hey, I know things. I don't know who Jake Paul is, but I know that happened. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know Jake Paul either.
Yeah, me neither. I think he's like a DJ or something. Okay. Well, I do think that, the optics are probably better with the resignation because it, at the very least, no matter what the actual reason is, everyone will assume that it's, you getting, forced out because, of what happened. And we don't have to confirm or deny that either way. We just keep our mouth shut and, say, draw your own conclusions. And you know what that means. When you tell someone to draw their own conclusions, they just assume whatever the fuck they wanted to in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
So we just say, draw your own conclusions. Then people be like, all right, Crane, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I'm like, this fucking idiot. But that works a lot of the time. I do that a lot.
And
So we can do that.
And here's the thing: I recognize that what I did is morally incorrect. I recognize what I did, if we follow the Geneva Convention, is quite literally a crime. I think the worst thing is going to be the fallout on behalf of the government. So I'm not opposed to stepping down, retiring, taking a year to myself, go travel the world, and then go run for president in November.
I got you. Hey, I do got a question though.
Shoot.
What's your estimation of night?
My estimation on night? What do you mean?
Okay, thank God. I thought we were gonna go through this entire conversation
know.
not addressing it.
That whole thing with Noose and Bucky got me kind of concerned because I thought that we were on like a good information sharing type level. And him saying that he couldn't tell me about something that's a civilian entity seemed a little concerning.
I would argue there's been a lot of concerning things about Night. Just in the scope of this warship.
I think my take on Night, I think from the war and the stuff with this war, there's been a lot of people that I think have been, how do I word this? That have been on edge, maybe is the best way to word it, or are proceeding with the utmost caution and the utmost trying to navigate shit in their own way. And don't get me wrong, there's definitely been some shit that I've seen Knight do that he definitely did intentionally, like exaggeration, if that was the
Lying.
yeah, the over exaggeration and stuff like that.
Lying.
Yeah, absolutely, like the lying and the over exaggeration.
And he's not backing
Absolutely.
down.
But I think there is some stuff he just didn't have malicious intent for, and I think there's some stuff he probably did have some malicious intent for.
But how much does intent matter when the produced result is fucking god awful?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think probably just have to have a talk with him and say, look, it was war. You did what you had to do. But this kind of shit ain't gonna fly in the future.
Yeah, and I think that's good if
You
that's
did-
what you need.
He did what he had to do in threatening to murder another officer.
Well, okay, I'm talking about
The war
like
crime itself?
withholding information and
Oh,
things like
okay.
that.
I was like,
I don't
what?
know about this allegation about threatening another officer. I have yet to do
You
any
talked to the
fact-finding
commissioner
on
about that?
No. What? Okay. First of all, why would I go to Commissioner Axel about it? I will go to Commissioner Toretti, but Brian has his nose so far up Axel's ass that there is no fucking way or any universe where Axel actually does anything about it. And quite frankly, you claiming that you don't remember that ever happening concerns me that you're also protecting Knight. If I'm being entirely honest
genuinely, here's my genuine truth on it. I don't honest to God recall it, but it does sound like something that Brian would say. That is honest to God my take.
with you. Axel
'Cause
and
there
Brian
was-
are so tied at the hip that I don't feel that there would be any sense of neutrality in that conversation. So I will go to Toretti with it. But that means I have to harass Toretti for 2 to 3 business days to get him to
I think
awake to
going
even
to
hear about
Toretti
it.
is probably better anyway, because he would
He's
definitely
disconnected
be more
from the
neutral.
whole thing. He hasn't been present for most of this, to my knowledge, at least. But yeah, I will absolutely go to Toretti. I will encourage the parties in question to also do the same. And I understand that I don't have any jurisdiction over what the police do with their officers. But if there's a problem and people are coming to me saying, I'm coming to you because when we've gone down these routes that we have that are supposed to be able to produce some kind of result, they never do. And I've lost hope. And I don't feel like any change is ever going to happen ever. So you are my last ditch effort, Andy. Then yeah, I'm gonna follow through on that. Because my entire position is to give a voice to the people who voted me into this office who feel like they don't have one. So if I have to run around being a bitch and trying to
smokers?
make something happen and make sure that it's properly investigated and made sure that somebody looks into it at the very fucking minimum, then I'm gonna do that. I know I don't have the power to fire Brian. I know I don't have the power to do anything about the judges who are doing what they're doing. I pretty much don't have power other than running around being a bitch, making sure somebody who does looks into this and takes it seriously.
Don't they have voice boxes now?
I'm not talking about Smoker's Crane.
Were you talking about people with the hole in their throat or whatever?
No, I'm talking about people who have been so morally pushed down by the system that they feel like they can't do anything, even when it's people who are in positions of that actual power, and that's insane to me.
I'm gonna be
You
honest.
mean like a metaphorical voice?
No,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I always said no because I thought you were saying something else, but yeah.
If there are any judges that that did
Sorg,
some
can't thank
shit
you for
that
the
is
subs.
actually banned, like actually banned, I do think we should probably fire them, Crane.
Yeah,
If
thus
there's
far I
so
haven't
many
heard
actual.
anything that's like actually
Yeah,
bad.
so far I haven't, but if Bundy contacts me, if you're awake, I'll bring you into that. You're more than welcome to come too, man.
Yeah.
But when he gets me that shit,
Sorry, with who?
Bundy has some shit on the judges. It sounded like from that conversation, he had like a dossier or something.
Oh, okay, that's a bit
So-
intense.
I don't know what the fuck's coming from that.
Dossier is such an overused piece of shit word. It literally just means stack of papers in French. Like, stop
Yeah.
fucking aggrandizing yourself. God damn it. Bundy talking about he's got a dossier. You wrote a book report, motherfucker.
I
What
got a
book do you
bundle
think
of
it was
loose
on?
leaf. What kind of book was it on?
Yeah.
Probably one of those like the marble notebooks, you know, like the marble ones that all they do with the
Like black
Scholastic
and white
kids.
color
Yeah.
cover.
Okay. Well,
But yeah, when I saw you tweet, I wanted to make sure you heard it from me.
yeah, I got you. I mean, I don't trust anything Shelly says, but TJ's right 35% of the time, give or take.
They're getting a list of businesses and assets. I'm gonna pass it over to the mayor, and then I wanted to have panels. We could go speak with them in prison. The people that were charged with treason.
Yeah.
The people that are facing more than 30 years, we should have a sentence hearing for. I would be my assumption. Do you agree with that? Like
yeah,
Jaeger
I'm down
Demon
for that.
Blood is facing the death penalty, right? So like he should have a sentence hearing.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that are facing capital. So
Anybody facing capital, the mayor can also pardon. So we should make sure we both fill in Mayor Jones when we get a chance for the fucking anybody facing capital.
Clemency.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I can be at the sentencing hearings and see what's actually said and how they go about it, not just hear about it afterwards.
How do you want to do the sentence hearings, Crane? Do we want to have a panel of judges for the hearings? Just one? Do we want me and you there?
That is a great question. I don't think it makes sense to have you there because that's going to cause a problem. It's going to turn into Jaeger just yelling at you.
No, Jaeger likes me.
Okay.
We're checking to see if that tweet was like, fuck the Senate.
Oh, it's
Where's
just
that?
Jaeger taking pictures of him in the prison, I guess.
Okay.
Apparently, all these jokers have phones in jail.
Yeah,
You're the third person I've seen get called by Clone and Clarkson that I've been with today.
Yeah.
Is he begging for you to get him out?
Yes.
Mm.
All right. Well, I should probably talk to TJ. I agree with you. We'll set up panels to go over the properties and businesses and all that. I'll be honest with you. Fucking Bundy and MCU and Knight want bank records for every single person that's held on treason right now. I'm putting that on pause until I understand what the fuck actually happened.
Something I said to Mayor Jones last night, and I'm going to say it to you as well, Crane. You know, we could take we could take 5 to 6 days to just fucking breathe anyway.
Yeah, we need to sort of, I get the lay of the land. I mean,
yeah, I think everybody needs to take some deep breaths and just things can go a little bit slower.
Yeah, they're getting heated in their victory, and overzealousy is not out of the question. But hence setting up stuff like our panel to avoid knee-jerk, seize everything, ha 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 reactions.
Okay.
Have any of the people in for treason, have any of them bitched about their sentence yet?
No. All the bitching that I've seen, that I've received comments about, is just about what happened over there. But in terms of the outcome of them being in jail, I've not heard a peep about that.
Okay. I think actually like the few sanguine people like Jaeger and his like tight little circle actually like me, so I think they probably wouldn't mind me being on a sentence hearing. People outside of the little sanguine circle, I probably should not be on the sentence hearing for.
Okay, well, I think the only ones that at this point are facing death or life permanently are going to be people from his inner circle.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go through the hassle of trying to decide which of the hired guns gets life and which gets 30 days. At this point, most of those chuckle fucks from the gangs, they're just in for 30 years and it is what it is.
Kyle Pred was sitting there worried about the death penalty on the phone to me. I wish I could give him the death penalty.
Yeah, maybe I'll pretend he's gonna get death penalty.
There you go.
Well, if he was, I would have to conflict myself out of that. As far as the if any commuting came across, because I would just kill him.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, no, I have enough of a personal history with Kyle to not fucking be able to do that. On top of that, I'm letting you guys know right now, I have not and will not be going to the prison in any capacity, even if people are trying to call to say, Mayor, please, this injustice happened, and I want you to be aware of it to help. Because there's too high of a likelihood that some dumb fuck will be like, Auntie Jones is conspiring with the criminals in there and is a sympathizer, and she's corrupt and awful, and let's kick her out of office. So I'm not even opening that can of worms. Only time I will be going there with you guys is when we have the panels.
All right, perfect.
If I need
Sounds
to
good to
ask
me.
them any questions, I'm gonna go through either you guys or fucking other just I don't know. I'll have somebody else go ask the questions I need answers to. Just so that's not even on the fucking table.
Okay, well, I'm glad we won.
Yeah,
Could have been a lot worse.
could have been a lot fucking worse.
We lose anybody?
I think it was two government employees.
All right.
They were lost. So some of my ideas on these panels of businesses is trying to get some of their businesses to throw events, and all the proceeds go towards the fallen's funerals.
Okay.
Some of my ideas.
If either of you can I don't know, hear out any of the people in prison, or if you think there are people who are better for that. Apparently the prisoners are hell-bent on going after EMS when they get out. Because they
Why?
think EMS were doing some crazy shit. I don't know. I heard
What did EMS do?
I don't listen. I don't know what other EMS did, but I did hear a story this morning at the PD meeting about one Walter Christmas false flagging as EMS.
What does that mean?
He dressed up and disguised himself as EMS, even though he's a cop.
Why the fuck would someone do that?
I know, pretty crazy, right?
Well,
That's dumb as hell.
Apparently, even put his call sign as false flag.
well, I gotta be honest. It is an intelligent tactic, though.
Shut up. So I'm at this point where I don't know if like they're really mad at all of EMS and are gonna go fucking gun them down the second they step out of prison because of just Walter, or if the rest of EMS did anything questionable too.
All right, well, we should probably figure that out. Probably have to
Yeah.
talk to Justice about that one. Talk to some of the troops on the ground.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I would
Any other
recommend talking
rumors?
to both sides though, because one's gonna give a very skewed. Both are gonna give skewed narratives, and truth usually lies
Yes,
between.
I will be
Yeah.
speaking with both sides very thoroughly.
All right.
Yep, I think I got nothing else.
They're both
Mayor
such
Jones, any
shitters.
other rumors, innuendo?
Let me check my notes. I've not been called for issues more in my life. Oh, yeah, there is, actually. I'm being told that Diamond Hand owed the state $60 million that's not been followed up on.
I'll walk out of this one.
Fucking Marlowe.
Yeah, apparently James Arsenal was the one who was to be handling that. Then he got fired and put on, or suspended and put on trial for embezzling, where he was found not guilty. And apparently he assumes that like with
know what?
how much
Norman
it probably
Adams
stacked
actually-
up since then, it should be up to like 90 million at this point. But
Norman Adams sent me an email the other day, and he said that instead of Diamond Hand filing the loan defaults and then asking for their portion of the money owed to the state, you know, like their bit, they wanted all of it, and then they said they were going to send it back, minus like their cut or whatever. And I said, no, I've
No.
always just sent them their cut.
why would you? What would the point of that be?
So I'm gonna follow up on that with Adams.
Yeah, cause
Okay.
yeah. If you can look into
I
that,
mean,
that'd be
fuck
great.
loan companies anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. But if they owe the
You got any
state
food?
90 million, that's a pretty big sum. Yeah, I do.
Hello, prisoner with a phone.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm just wrapping up this fucking meeting. I'll be up there in like 2-3 minutes. Yeah, I'll be out there soon.
Ugh.
All right, yeah, I'll be over there in 2 or 3.
If Andy were more corrupt, she'd just go to Denzel and be like, listen, I'll ignore
Yeah,
that
I'll
you
just
guys
walk
owe
up
the
the main
state
gate.
90 million.
Yeah.
And you only charge us like $1 million for the fucking
All right, I need a ride to the
bullshit and
prison.
say you got paid. All right. On,
All right,
Senator.
let's get going.